From another time comes a man of great power. He plots a reign of destruction.
My little booty boy. Yes, yes.
A warrior of incredible strength.
Back. No, he's not funky. He's not friendly. He's bad news. I am your savior. I'm busy streaming. Good evening. Yes, it is I, Gork 2000. We are doing something new tonight, something different, something that has not been frequently done in the South African streaming community. So together, me, the SA Geek, ZerachYuuki, and Rebellious Ruler have formed the role-playing group called the Lucky Packet Party. And we are officially starting our very own role-playing campaign, and it is set in the Warhammer Fantasy universe. It is my personal favorite fantasy setting, and I wish to share my knowledge, my view, and my love of the world with all of you out there. And we are here to entertain, we are here to have a great time, and we are here to have a glorious epic adventure. Full disclaimer from the start. I'm putting this out there now. Warhammer 40k is said to be the grim, dark future, and it's all angsty and edge and stuff, right? Cool. Warhammer Fantasy is darker and grimmer at times. We will be discussing and touching on very sensitive topics as it is written in the lore, and I really don't want to sugarcoat anything. I want to give you the viewers and you the players the full experience of this wonderful world. Um, so fair warning, just I'm not trying to be edgy and over the top. I'm really just wanting to give you a full experience. Imagine, you know, imagine being 13 or however old you were, when you went to the cinema to go watch this cool sci-fi movie, right? I mean, the trailers looked fantastic. You guys sat down in the cinema and you had your popcorn, your cool drinks, and you started, watching it, and it's cool, and then you are scarred for life after a certain point. Welcome to Warhammer Fantasy. And yes, the movie for me was called Event Horizon. Right now, without further delay, we shall kick off this role-playing adventure, and I am about to introduce to you my players, sacrificial lambs. So, let me hop into the Discord server and have them join me. Hey guys, I was just talking about you all. How's it going?
Sacrificial lambs. Hello.
So, Kaz and Ziv, they are the SA geeks. They are from Scotland. And there's
Good
a
morning, good evening, and
freaking-
good afternoon to all the geeks out there and all the geeks. If you haven't heard me, it's the Ziff Diffie. Hi.
They also host the Geek Inspired podcast with Janas, our Geekoscopy. Awesome to have them, and it was actually like their brainwave to start this role-playing campaign. And
Oh, that was
alongside them,
awesome.
I have my two good friends, ZerachYuuki and Rulev, who are um, experienced role players
Aww.
and awesome module writers, and just awesome people.
Experience is not a thing, man. Experience is totally not a thing.
It's always a thing. What are you talking about?
Okay, cool. So just for party dynamics and give you guys a clue. Ziff and Case pretty new to role playing. Case especially because it's their first time role playing and it's their
Ah,
first time doing it on a stream. It's gonna be awesome.
yeah.
So I needed a counterbalance. I needed experience. I needed Armada, Persona,
Clever
game
move.
game breakers.
We don't break games, we enhance them.
I
So
know.
he says.
So he says. But it's gonna be awesome. So this is our party, right? So now for the story. Why Warhammer Universe? Why this? Okay, cool. Because I know the universe. I know it very well. And the system is very cool. It is a different kind of system for generating characters. It's not your typical fighter, rogue, cleric, wizard party. You can have, oddballs and odd assortments. And just like that, we have an oddball assortment of, characters to play with. It's fantastic. And where are we playing? Well, the old world is big. It's a huge place. And the setting is, vast. So for now, I have chosen the Empire as our setting. And you can look at it on the map. It's glorious, is it not? This is a high def version of the map. This is the entirety of the human empire. But
Your
our
grandfather
adventure
rules.
Nice.
kicks off. Yep,
Zoom,
this is the
zoom,
middle
zoom.
mountain range, right? See that? Beautiful little mountain range here. Go a bit south from the mountain range. Zoom in a little bit more. We get to the capital city of this province, Alapheim. This area within the Great Forest is known as Talabacalan. And the Kolsa Hills we have here. Cool. So this is like very heavy forested area. And within the hills, the hilllands, it's farmlands or farms. It's like the golden belt of the empire. This is like where all the good food come from. and
Sounds like Scotland.
yeah, pretty much, pretty much. You know, but also just a little bit of background information. Kalabakoland is one of the founding original um, settlements of humankind. Humankind kind of like originated in this general area and then spread out. So, what is well known about the area, and you guys will notice your characters, um, is that the people from Kalabakoland is very loyal. They adhere to laws very strictly, and they are followers, religious followers of the old gods and old ways, like very prominently. Where most of the rest of the empire worships Sigmar, the human emperor that became a god. Um, these guys spit on the ground at the mention of his name. So
They're my people.
they're your people indeed. I mean,
Yeah, so said the shit stirrer.
yeah. So where are we on this map? Right. So more background information. I know there's a lot of background information, but without giving it, you guys won't know why we are here. How the characters are even together in the first place. On that note, let's introduce the characters. Right, Mr. ZerachYuuki, can you start us off?
Hi, my name is Edgar. I'm a halfling entertainer. I play lute. It's cute. Moving on.
Moving on. Got Rebellious Rulif. Yes. Next up.
I'm Rel. I'm a political activist. I keep struggling over that word tonight. I'm a political activist who is against the Emperor and believers of Sigma. I'm a pretty average looking human, so I can easily blend into a crowd, which is necessary quite often.
Quick note on that question. Woman or I'm sorry, male or female?
Female.
Now, cool. Hold on a second for me. I got a question. There was a concerned wifey, but the concern went away. Cool. So you are an average looking human. You could easily be, if people dismiss you easily enough, and if they are asked specifically about you, they are like, it was a boy, girl, girl,
Exactly.
boy, a
Loose
young
trench coat,
boy,
a hat.
a moppy floppy hat. Yes,
Exactly.
good. Next up, we have Kez.
Hello, my name is Talana. I am from the city of Marienburg. I'm very scary if you look at me at first, but I do have a soft side, but I also have a dark side. I'm an elf and I'm a hedge witch, so beware.
Cool. Diffy.
Hi guys, listen. So apparently, what I'd done, I'd given my name incorrectly to the namesmith. So it's not supposed to be Plappin. It's actually supposed to be Ploppin Vibloppin. That's my full name. And I'm a servant. I was born in Griffin Gate. Rather abruptly. My mother just like ejected me and then said "fuck you" and went away. And date of birth, well, I don't know. I don't know when I was born. She just like threw me away. Uh, I'm an elven character, and clearly I'm a dude. You can like hear it by the way I'm talking. Uh, my hair is like all golden corny color, so I look like a big corn cob, to be honest. And I'm very tall. I'm actually 6'5", so I'm a big guy with purple eyes that like gaze into your heart. The only difference is I can change my accent when I feel like it, which means I can be whoever and whatever I want to be when I want to be it.
Excelente. Thank you very much, guys. Now, some of you may wonder, why do we have such a colorful cast? Such, broad skill, centric. Well, that's just how life sometimes rolls. That is absolutely the truth. And with them accompanying them, actually leading them, is a strange man, a doddering scholar, an archaeologist on a quest to find the lost artifacts of specifically those that were lost and are still known to exist from the War of Vengeance took place over 1,000 years ago. Elves and the he has a list of locations and names of previous owners of said artifacts. So he knows what he's looking for. More specifically, he is looking for 8 idols, 8 magical items that are highly and very valuable, very much sought after. Um, they were not specifically lost during the vengeance. Some of them were caught up in it. So why is an high elf running around in human lands? Well, way back in the day, right back then, when humankind was still fledgling, the empire was still new, and there were free trade between elves and men and dwarves. There were actually elvish settlements and outposts throughout what is now known as Empire, as well as Bretonia. Did my wife just? Woo! I just I got eye candy. Okay, I'm happy. Yeah. Anyway, I was talking about elves and their cities and stuff in human lands. I'm being distracted. Anywho, um, yes, anywho. So basically, when the War of Vengeance happened, the dwarves came out of the mountains. Let me just do this quickly. These are the mountains of the old world. They came out of their mountain holds in force and like a steamroller, and they just flattened whatever elven settlement and city they found their way, and they pushed the elves all the way out to sea, back to Ulf One, their homeland. So, Mr. Tari, visited their traveling um, has pinpointed the location of an elvish trading, well, a trading hub actually, back in those days, where it is said there were several deeply enchanted gems that have never been recovered. Why gems? Well, this trading hub was close enough to the World's Edge Mountains, and it was like they did a lot of dealing with the dwarves. So a master gemcrafter and enchanter set up a workshop within trading hub, and it was like within his workshop where these gems were seen, known. List. Other items are also on the list that are supposed to be within the trading hub, but some of them have rumors abound say that some of the items have been melted down by the dwarves. Some have been sold on black markets to collectors of artifacts. But gems, great interest. This is where we sells. Right here. Right there.
I think he is asking us to continue the story.
No, I am now telling you next what's not going to happen.
Oh.
River Waldert, right? A small branch of the main river that runs, it's just south and east of Talabheim, the largest city in Talabacoland. Interestingly enough, the river, according to the map that you have, should have ended already. But the road is well paved that you are traveling along, and it keeps on going, and the river keeps on going, and the river is flowing strongly, very strongly. In fact, the map is lying to you very much. It could be that the map that Tari bought from the trader when he first set foot at the Empire is kind of several generations out of date. Could be that. Well, the man, yes, seems rather intrigued, by what is happening, by what he's seeing. It actually, according to him, you should already have started seeing Elvish runes within the area. The trading hub was quite large, and it stands to reason that a lot of the infrastructure should still be around. If you guys would just start exploring and looking. In fact, you should have passed through what is the northern gates of the trading hub already. But you don't see jack crap of that sort of thing at this point in time. Why?
All
Okay,
right.
cool. Let me just give you guys a quick clue or just a quick background role of Ari and why you are with him. So, during his travels through the Empire, he has encountered each and one of you during a predicament. That you had, but it was life-threatening, just very, very, very bad for you. He helped you out. He basically saved you, and you owe him a life boon. And well, he needs people to talk for him, to be able to talk to the monkeys. He can't speak their language. He can, but he speaks it badly. You know, lost in translation is a huge thing with him. He means well, but instead ends up insulting people's mothers and their roasts, their Sunday roasts and stuff at the same time. And he's like, would be like, I just did a good thing, and the people are like, you mother of what now? Right.
It's nice to see that happen.
Yes. You guys are traveling with a grand wagon. Within the wagon is several chests that contains his personal storage. There's a cold storage box, food. It's a magical box basically, right? There's a couple of bags, and yes. Now, party dynamics. Ross, well, Ziftifi, you are Barry's servant. You were
Yes,
indentured
I
to
was
him from Ulfwan. You've been following all the way. And his sudden departure from Ulfwan with this list and this quest and his obsession to find the magical artifacts is quite worrying. It's quite worrisome. Because he comes from a very powerful family of Ulf.
Mm,
Very, very, very prominent, very rich, very noble. Basically, but direct bloodline descendants from long lost kings type situation. So why somebody of his stature is suddenly running around by his lonesome without personal guard and so forth is, what? And why you? Why not his personal assistants? You've had many questions, but you don't really. His master, your servant, you don't ask. He say
yeah.
you do. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And master is eccentric. Master is interesting. Master indulges in certain certain things that would make other high elves raise eyebrows. Some things that you can appreciate actually. He's not afraid to,
Sure.
to play dirty. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I
that's
do.
how you know him.
I kind
And
of
then
like
and
that.
then the rest came along. They everyone fell into place. Yes, Rel came in when she was running away from from churchgoers when she was doing her soapbox dance at the steps of the Grand Chapel of Sigmar during a holy day,
Sounds like me.
ceremony. You're like,
That's
"Fuck!" And they went, "What is this person? This rebel rouser Get him! Yes, you were branded a heretic on the spot.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Wouldn't be the first time. And
Not at all.
and as you ran through the crowded streets, you basically felt a guiding hand touch your shoulders, move you out of the way, like deeper into the crowd between some food stalls, and these glowing golden eyes looked down at you and he went, "Shh, be quiet now." And the entire crowd just like passed you guys in great, in searching for you. They were searching around you. Some of them even looked at you directly, but did not spot you, not discern your presence.
Nice.
Yes. And that's how you got to meet him.
That's a pretty powerful wizard, eh?
He's got some tricks, eh? He's got some tricks. Yeah.
So,
He got some tricks. So a similar situation happened to Lana. Lana's old mistress, the one who were under her wing and taught her how to better use her magical powers, how to hide it from the presence of normal society, how to use it on the sly without people noticing. Well, she got discovered. She got ousted. And, you know,
I did. It
in,
was not fun.
yes, your mistress got ousted, and by association, you were branded a witch and chased out of town with, a crowd of peasants wielding pitchforks and torches. They were
the usual
gunning to
fanfare.
burn you down. For those of you who don't know, in the Warhammer universe, if you do not have a degree of the University of Altdorf stating which school of magic you graduated from, you are immediately branded as a heretic wizard. And even mob justice is then allowed, fully allowed, to kill you.
Dicks.
In normal circumstances, if a church representative or Knight of Sigma representative is present, you can be caught and handed over to them, and they will then decide what to do with you. In normal cases, they'll ship you off to Altdorf and make you a battle wizard for life. That's it. And so that's if you're lucky. That's if you're lucky. So hedge wizards are always on the run, always afraid. They have this magical power, but anybody knows about it or finds out about it, they're in deep shit.
Wait,
you-
food.
So you ran. You ran and you ran, and a calm hand stopped you, turned you around, looked at you, and went, "Ah, there you are, my apprentice." And he looked up into the crowd who was chasing you, and he held up a piece of paper to them and said, "I am Magnus." "Sure, but I am Magnus. I am from Altdorf. I'm a researching bright wizard. How dare you chase my apprentice?" And just like that, crowd stopped, cowed, bowed, apologized profusely, and left. And
But you're right.
and you looked down at you after they have gone, and you have, your heart stopped beating in your chest. He said, "You look like an interesting apprentice indeed. A little bit of light, a little bit of dark, a little bit of special. Come, follow me. I will need someone like you." And he walked off. And well, since that day, you've kind of just like went with it. You were lucky enough that the crazy person just like didn't mind you being you.
I'm just trying to figure out why.
Like I said, you saw something in and you're trying to figure out why. Why him? Why now? Or why then? And then along the road, lastly, he came upon a fame seeker, one who had enough of spending his days away in a hot and sweaty kitchen. Person who got fed up with society. Person just absolutely hated the fact that one of his qualities, one of his skills, steam, would be overlooked, you know? And, people would like actually fawn over these fops, these broomsticks of samples of beings, of human beings, right? These creatures who ooze weaseliness and grease. And the amount of fame and fortune they get it's sickening. And all they do is pull some strings on a lute, or blow on their pipe, or dance elegantly. Nobody does that over his food, or over his master's food, or anything for that matter. A very, very, very angry. He stopped you, looked at you, and said, I need you to tell my story. Come. Also, titties. And walked off. It was as if he saw into your heart of hearts and knew what you wanted.
Well, I did write a story.
You did write a story? You did write a story! You're the best!
It's in the general group. You can totally look at it.
Dude, thank you.
I
What
sent
the-
it to you like an hour ago.
Oh, for fudge cakes,
My
you
story
guys!
is almost done.
You guys,
not
tell
that
me these
terrible.
things! I did it! Oh, dude, you should have told me this. Fuckity fuck. I like totally went down with what we spoke about.
That's totally fine.
I'm so
cool with
sorry.
that. I am so cool with that.
He says so calmly, and he's like, but my story!
You could have like interjected. Let's see how correct I was, or like how close I
fine.
was.
Way off. Super fucking way off. But it's fine.
Oh, and you also like your music. What?
Ah.
Yeah.
I'm not an angry halfling.
Right about one thing. You were the last in the group to join.
Yes.
I got that right. Do a little sexy dance. I can't really say that I hate anything. Just hate anything. Also,
Yeah, I'm totally not an angry halfling at all. If people blow over my food, it's fine. They should just expect that they will have less food after.
If people blow over my food, you shouldn't say that to someone like me, right?
awesome. Oh, Uncle Felix, is he blood related?
No.
Cool.
I couldn't find anything about that in Warcraft lore, that you actually have different races intermingling. So Uncle Felix
Uncle Felix is a family friend, but he is
a
actually so
family
close
friend.
to the family that you call him uncle. Cool.
Exactly.
Exactly. Cool.
Blood brothers.
Yeah.
Blood
Yeah.
Blood
totally.
brothers fruit
Blood brothers.
pie.
Oh, thank you for giving me rope. I love you, JP.
You're welcome.
That is some sexy. You gave me some material to work with, right in that
almost done.
center. Right in that center. So, you guys are right. We are quickly going to jump back into the present time. You're traveling with your wagon. Tari himself, if he is not wearing his human glamour, is a very tall, very he looks malnourished. He's got very high cheekbones, sunken cheeks, a long hawk-like nose, golden eyes, long flowing brown hair. His robes are the color of mist and midnight intermingling. He carries himself with immense pride, but there's something about him that is always slightly strange. He seems very distracted all the time, like he's always having a conversation with himself within himself. And he mumbles under his breath when he is researching his books. One of the trunks contains a small library worth of knowledge that he has brought. Oof, one. Yeah. The man is clearly a wizard of some renown and some power, but he doesn't flaunt it. But on his day travels with you guys on the wagon, he appears like a slightly overweight Midenheimer merchant, just on his road and on his way to sell his wares, because a traveling high elf wizard causes a lot of people to ask a lot of questions, whereas a fat merchant is just a fat merchant. Lessons that he learned by traveling through the Empire. Yes. Before coming to the Empire of Man, Tari had no knowledge, living or working knowledge of how things are in the Empire, how humans are to be treated, how people should be interacting with them, or the concept really of what the cost of things within the Empire. So I guess who got really, bullshitted out of a lot of money when he started his journey through the Empire. Yeah. He doesn't really care though. It appears as if he has access to a lot of funds. That he is wealthy beyond measure. Could be a trick as well. You can't rightly say. However, the man is very caring of you as a group. He sees you as close, valuable companions, and weekly gives you your pay for what he thinks you are worth. He hopes it is enough.
Yeah.
He hopes it's enough. That is his personal secret thoughts. As for anything else, like as in food, lodgings, etc., he covers all of that basics. You're with him, you're his entourage, he looks after you. Because you look after him. And you bring skills that he really desperately requires. Like Ral, he needs your talkativeness. He needs your persuasiveness. He needs your working knowledge of how to deal with humans all across the Empire in their different ways and forms. He doesn't know the customs. He really doesn't. It confuses him to say that and to see that there are different laws in different provinces or different counties. And everywhere they go, it's something new, some new permit. There's required a different stamp. It's all the bureaucracy it disgusts him. Therefore, he lets you do the talking. Because if he opens his mouth, for longer than 5 minutes, it turns into file-spitting. It turns into you, but against humankind as a race. That's how worked up he gets about little things like papers, please. Your pass is required. Shit like
Okay,
that.
I get worked up about that too, but he's paying me to not get worked up about it where people can see it.
Yeah, and
Yes.
you got the rest of the team like nudging you and say, decorum,
Decorum.
madam,
Mr.
decorum.
Mr. Seven, he entrusts you to adhere to his quality standards to make sure that things will please him.
Yeah,
Food,
that's why I have
lodging,
some
food, wine, etc. Basically make sure that cool. You totally keep check on the talker because the talker can bullshit people very badly. But I want you to make sure that she doesn't bullshit us. Okay? Just make sure.
Well,
And
that's
I've
why
got
I
a
have
certain
ethical
standard, level
training.
of standard
You
that we need
didn't-
to adhere to, and you will make sure that happens.
Yes, that will be
Yes.
done. Do
Miss-
not worry, my lord. It will be done.
Mr. Sagewitch, you are his apprentice. You are his note taker, his notary. When he's investigating things.
See her eyes right now.
I do not take these things you call notes, but I will try.
I totally believe he believes you do this for him because he
I
asks
just
you
draw
to.
funny pictures of them.
Oh, you should totally see his papers that he passes to the guards for inspection. Like when you're going through border gates, it's like a child or like a doctor drew. Let me pass, damn it, on it.
It's like as if Diffie wrote on the paper.
Yeah, precisely. It's like what the fuck? But people totally let him pass and don't think twice about it.
Running.
That he writes the most crude, like fucking. His mind is so abstracted and so distracted that he just like scribbles things all over the show sometimes. He's one of those genius savants that would be busy writing his epic tale of investigative reporting, and then he would start drawing a picture in the corner of the page because he got an idea about something else. Yes. Is that this is what Rattery is. So yes, but for the sake of appearances, you are his apprentice, and that's it. End of fucking story. No more questions asked about that. He even has the paperwork to prove that you are his apprentice. Yeah, paperwork from Altdorf itself, signed by the dean himself. Sure, man. Built, big names. Oh, important man, this. But there we are. We are on the road, a well-paved road. The roads that you have traveled throughout the empire were mostly dirt roads, well-traveled dirt roads. Highways, like the paved ones with cobblestone and brickwork, are only found between the major cities. But you are traveling along a river, well-paved road to somewhere where he believes is the ruins of an old Elvish trade post. Where the map says there is nothing. There is literally here. You guys are traveling into there. This is where the road is taking you. To this section of the map. And of the world. And as you go,
said the road is empty.
Yes, the road is completely empty. But like I said, it is looks well traveled. Even for a paved road, there's no real dust out or brown or leaves on it. It looks patrolled, looks traveled, and the road goes down.
Empty road.
Yeah, well-traveled empty road. Isn't that interesting?
Rather.
So you guys, go slightly upwards up a hill through, and it's a beautiful day out. This is, just middle summer. Birds are twittering. It's beautiful. You can hear the insects buzzing, and you reach the top of the road. At the top of this little hill, and the trees open up in front of you suddenly, and you look down, and you see a bustling little town. Not little by. any means. It's a proper trading town. In size of smokestacks and chimneys, people moving about. To the southern side of the town, you can see what looks like ruins of elvish design, cresting a hill. And around this hill, you totally make out farms, closely situated next to each other. This is like strange, especially since the farms in the Empire are either small family holdings or masses of land that has been dedicated to the growing of crops. It's like driving through the northwest, a Milliboerse Plaas. It's 8 kilometers at a stretch, and that's like field number C.
Yeah, and you can watch a dog running for like 4 kilometers.
Yeah, precisely. That's exactly it. But from what you can see, these farms are, they are mid-sized family holdings. Each and every one of them have several fields dedicated to different crops. But nothing, the crops are large enough that you would say, you're guessing it would be able to feed a growing community, but nothing more. It looks like the community is very, very well established, and it's self-sustaining. And
That's
you
very
see
interesting.
down, the river flows also, along the path, downwards, and there is only one way to get into the town, and that's by crossing a drawbridge. And on the other side of the drawbridge, on this town's side, you see a watchtower.
Okay, can I roll my excellent vision so I can have a little look a little further, just to look into the tower and see, look around and see if there's any dangers lying around for us?
Yeah, of course you can. Here we
Because,
go.
after all, I am trying to look out for the
Just have a look
I see the map switching.
very quickly, right? Like,
Yeah. Suddenly my eyes focus and then I see. Alright, so I've got to roll perception, I believe.
yes. All right, see
How
what's
many-
happening.
What am I rolling for perception quickly?
You would. Perception is
Is it 1 or 2
you,
D10?
Jakes. It is always a 2d10, a percentile dice. Jack?
Okay, so it's always percentage.
It's always percentage. Yes.
Alright, I'm rolling for perception.
Yes. Just tell me what you get.
And apparently 109, but 106, but I don't believe that's true. So do we just
006.
006?
006 is 6.
Well, then 6 plus 10, if you don't mind.
6 plus
Because I
10
do have
is
excellent
60.
vision.
Excellent.
It's not
Your
very good.
elvish vision soaks in the landscape before you.
Oh wow, so it sucks.
You are, basically Legolasing it.
What do your elvish eyes see?
What do your elvish eyes see? Your elvish eyes see a scene of tranquility and peace. It is so obvious from what you see that this place has been untouched by the ravages of war. That it's not known the threat of bandits, the random traipsings of trolls and giants.
It seems a bit out of place, though.
It seems
Nice.
it seems just what? It seems like it's hidden away for a
Little too
purpose. And it's perfect. It's so safe here.
Yeah.
Something just
I
not
have
right.
Funny feeling in my stomach, and without giving obviously too much away because I'm not allowed to, I turn to the party and I say something is not right.
Hmm.
I agree.
We should be wary.
So,
Quaint.
you guys
I'm
are standing over
inclined to
here
agree.
at the top. the little watchtower. Here's the river, Malthart, flowing strongly still. Town, arms, and the hill with the ruins that you can see from over here, where you are.
Anyone else got any good ideas here?
We go to the village and see if they have a tavern and have a drink.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tari turns to you.
Drawbridge is a good idea.
Tari turns to you. Huh! More human towns. At least there's signs of civilization here. Though it's a bit old and dusty. And he
Master,
point.
explain.
Hmm.
Sorry, Master, explain to me exactly why you are so inclined to go into this particular town when you hate being around human contact.
It's because I need to find these artifacts, and unfortunately, I need to deal with humans to get to them. And we don't know where these things are. They've been lost for 1,000 years. For all we know, there is nothing here at all. But
But
someone
your map
has
did
to
say it-
investigate it. It's
But
right
your
there.
map did say it's inside a ruin, not inside a town.
This used to be a trading post 1,000 years ago before the dwarves destroyed it. And humans, like they are, sprayed and clambered and broke more down and built over. Times change.
Elderly as you are, I think we should send the agitator in first.
Let's do this,
Have-
Sarah.
Have her look around, seeing as she is so eager to find a tavern. And then we can see from there if we can find the ruin. Because at this point, I do not want to risk your life as of yet, as you are quite poorly in your old age.
I'm
You
100% happy with that.
He looks at you, like, why, dear child? Been such a long time since somebody has thought of my good health in such a loving way. He gets that look in his eyes when one looks at a loving dog, at a puppy, who is just giving you affection because you're feeling a bit sad, and he ruffles your hair. Onwards, we go! And he sets the wagon off in motion towards the town.
There goes my reputation, because I'm entering with all of you.
I'm backing up. I'm going to stand at the back.
Going to a tavern, a brand
You-
new tavern. What's it gonna
You guys come down
I
here
start singing now.
to
I
the
think-
drawbridge.
I think our musician's gone mad.
You've got your little watchtower, but a drawbridge, which, by the way, to your elven eye, you see it is, impeccably well constructed. The woodwork, the design work on it, fantastic. The drawbridge's actual mechanical designs, you're not, you don't have the dwarf, a dwarf's love for mechanics and gears and things, but you can appreciate it. It's really well done. It's built to last, and it will most likely outlast any fire you put on it, or if the bridge was, if somebody tries to destroy the bridge physically, they will have their work cut out for them.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Cool. The tower itself is a bit more standard construction, and there are 4 men, 2 down by the tower's base, and 2 up in the tower's top. They are well dressed in the colors of the Talabacaland. I can't remember the colors off the top of my head. Each and every county has their own set, but the material quality is exceptional. Their cuirasses gleam sunlight. Also, except not, normal quality blacksmithing. This is, well
Is there
made.
any distinguishing heraldry on them? Which you might see on any of the noble houses, for instance.
Yes. The local lord.
Nice spot.
The
Alright.
local lord of this county. His
Academic
house is
knowledge.
heraldry. is yes, it is loading. Please wait.
It
Lord
is loading. Please wait.
Lord Bernhard Spindler.
Lord Bernhard Spindler.
Yes,
Right,
he is the
so-
local lord of the land. His heraldry is displayed on the and on their breastplates and on their shields.
So, Lord Spindler.
Lord Spindler, yes.
I will
Okay.
approach the two standing at the base of the tower. Take
Don't
a
let her.
bow.
Don't let her.
Take a
I'll-
bow.
Oh, let her go for it.
Using my
You can
perfect
speak
high
faster.
society Altdorf accent.
Yes.
Greetings.
Greetings. It's not like me being like already dramatic. It's all four of them speaking split second apart from each other in the same voice.
We are traveling. My master here is an archaeologist and is interested in ruins all across the land. May we enter your lovely town and take some shelter in the tavern and have a look at this beautiful rune site I see there in the middle of your town?
They look at each other and like, do you have permission from Lord Spindler? Yeah, do you have permission? Your permission.
Does it need to be written permission?
Normally it would be a pass that is stamped by the Lord. His seal would be like on the message, yes.
And that would be necessary to enter this town.
Yes. You see Tari sit up straight, snaps his fingers to you. Plabrin, he snaps his fingers to you, you know? Hurry,
Yes,
hurry,
Master. What-
hurry, hurry.
Yes, Master. I'm here, Master. What's the problem?
Oh. The Lord's permission papers, where are they? Show them in the
Oh,
permissions.
I believe I'm holding them. I will take them to them immediately, Master.
Oh, as a good
Well-
servant as you are, you've already, gotten the ledger out. You have the paper in hand. You walk over to the agitator, to Rel, and you hand her the appropriate paperwork.
I believe this is what you're looking for.
Oh, how careless of me to leave it in the wagon. Thank you so much, Robin.
It's more than a pleasure.
One of the guards approach you and takes the papers. You look up into his beautiful eye. You are literally, for a moment, you are like, that whoa, it's a whoa moment. That is, wow. He is handsome. He is Brad Pitt handsome.
Diddy, bro.
Same as words, that's better.
He is insert whatever makes your panties wet handsome.
Nice.
Make me a perception check, please. No, first, willpower.
Oh,
You get a plus 20
Well-
bonus, a standard bonus to it.
Okay, so then 29 under 59?
Great, you keep your composure. From the shock of the sudden beauty that assails you. Now you may make me a perception check, please.
No. 80 over 42.
You
I'm
stare
distracted.
too deeply into his eyes to notice what I wanted you to notice. But that's okay.
can I roll?
You-
Yeah.
He takes the papers,
Can
he
one
turns
of
back,
us
he
roll for
turns
perception?
around and walks back to the base of the tower where he hands the papers over to his companion. As he walks away, you admire his stride.
In other
Came
words, you
from
looked at his ass.
That
Can
them-
one of the other members in the party roll for perception instead?
not at this point
Damn
in
you,
time.
bro.
Not in this point in
Well,
time
I'm
because you
here.
are too far away to make these to notice any details. These
Not
men
just
are
enough.
wearing standard guard armor, so they have Kura's skull cap with nose guard, the full color, pantaloons and shit, and leggings of a guardsman.
All the
Lord
fuck
of the
that comes with the
Country.
guardsmen.
Yeah, but these guys are looking like they're on fucking parade. Not like a normal
Oh shit,
the
so
normal
that's
town
the
guard.
local tattoo.
the local tattoo. But like I said,
Yeah.
these guys look like they're going out on parade. That's
The
how
local tattoo.
clean they look, and how roughed up they look. Interestingly enough,
Like I explained to most of the viewers outside, my accent does change from time to time,
yes.
and you'll have to deal with it as it goes along because sometimes it just turns into more of an etiquette accent depending on the situation I'm in.
So, the second man takes the papers, he inspects them, hands them back to the first one, and basically looks up at the wagon and motions you to come forward. All right, guys. They got proper clearance. We got outsiders in the village again. Good news for everyone, it seems. So, they start, lowering the drawbridge. The two on top, they're all smiles. Welcome, welcome. We can't wait to talk to you later. Welcome. As you draw closer to the drawbridge, now all of you may make perception checks.
Right, well, first I'm going to lean over to my master and say, "Nice one, master. You did a good job there."
What now? Good job. Thank you. I'll take credit for it. He looks lost.
Okay, when we roll for perception, are we rolling under or above? something?
Everything is under. Every roll must be under.
And
You
Your
all get a
bonuses?
plus 20%.
Plus 20. Okay,
Yeah.
so 44 under 50.
Right.
I am distracted by the blue
15.
eyes.
You are distracted by the bomb. The sexy
Wow,
and
blue eyes.
the toitness of the calves.
I am distracted by the posterior of the blue-eyed man.
Yes, that is distractions. Cool, 44 under 50. Wow.
Okay, I've got 15.
You notice these guys
but
are
I've
very
got,
handsome. Like really, all of them are handsome. Like they've been blessed. They've been
I haven't rolled
blossomed
yet.
by.
I haven't rolled yet. Hold on.
Our agitator is broken.
Okay, but JP, you notice that the guys are very handsome. All of them.
All right.
For humans, I mean, elves are beautiful all round. You've seen humans in the
let's
Empire.
finish
They
her
are like orly nuggly fucker. Oh, yeah, orly nuggly fuckers in
rolled it.
general.
29.
How much?
I rolled a 29.
Under?
How much perception do you have?
Intelligence.
Intelligence score plus 20.
29.
I know,
Plus
you rolled
20.
that's your roll? What's your total? Your total score on your sheet. What a characteristic.
The starting one.
Yeah.
On your skills, it says perception. Do you have a number next to perception?
I don't have a perception. I've got an intelligence, and the starting score for that is 29, and the advanced percentage is 5.
Cool.
And I rolled 29. I don't know if I did that right. I don't think
So
I
you
did.
rolled a 29 on a 29.
Plus 20. So
Plus
it's
20.
29 under 49.
Yes.
So you see
You
stuff.
also notice that these men are much more beautiful than the ones you have seen and grown up with in your city. In fact, they look a little bit alike. In fact, they could be brothers. I think they're brothers. Now, you can't really pinpoint it because they're humans. Even with your time spent among humans, you've never really gone that deeply into distinguishing them from each other. But they could be brothers.
Okie dokie. Well, then I guess it's my turn. I
Yeah.
rolled a 15. My intelligence is 31. But I believe I'm looking at excellent vision and not hearing this time, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Alright, so then it's plus 10 to my excellent vision.
And plus 20 for my bonus that I give you. So plus 50 in
I
total.
have excellent vision.
Ah, cool. But still,
I'm
like I said,
special.
yes.
For elves.
Mr. Servant,
You should also be special, though. You also should have +10.
So, Mr. Servant, you've got alarm
Yeah.
bells ringing in your ears.
But of course I do.
You know, it's one thing for humans to be quite beautiful. It's another thing for them to look
Be
slightly,
for-
you know, fey touched. It's completely a different thing if there's quadruplets of them together.
Can
He's
I
off-
suggest to the rest of the squad to raise their weapons or at least prepare in case we need them?
So-
The only separators between these men are their hair color, and
quick-
they
oh,
have
wow,
distinct
okay.
that distinctly you can see from the helmet, right? Past the nose guards, that they have slightly almond-shaped eyes.
I told you
alright.
something was wrong.
You know that.
So,
that's,
Mr. GM,
yes,
is my sixth sense tingling?
not whatsoever. Your sixth sense.
Wow.
The only thing your sixth sense is tingling about is a good night's rest without worry or fear.
No, then there's no issue. Turn to the master and say, "Hey, we're gonna have some nice drinks in this tavern. Hopefully, they have like halfling beer. If I don't have halfling beer, maybe they'll have something like an elven wine. If I don't have elven wine, at least hopefully they have some pie. If they have some good pie, like a cherry pie or a like apricot pie, then we're good. If I have a meat pie, that should also be fine."
The master looks at you and he's like, "You know
We're
a
losing
lot
Edgar.
about pie."
Oh yes, you should totally see us when we have a pie week. We totally make pies for an entire week, and if you come, you can have a taste of each of them.
Can
and
I
meet my
cast
family, and it's
a
super great.
lip spell on the halfling in secret?
No, because it's the magical energy in the air will alert everybody about that there's magic being cast.
If you totally want to cast something on